Hello and welcome to Rule of Three's video review for Kirby and the Rainbow Curse for the Nintendo Wii U from Nintendo. So Kirby and the Rainbow Curse is the newest Kirby game and is a claymation style tablet-based game. So you're going to be playing on the tablet with your stylus and drawing lines to help Kirby collect stars, collectibles, and beat up people and stuff. And as much as I like the old Kirby games, I would like to see a game where you actually get to suck up your enemies and steal their abilities come back, since that hasn't happened in a while. Kirby and the Rainbow Curse is still a very enjoyable game with a lot of fun things. So the story of Kirby and the Rainbow Curse is that Kirby's, playing with Waddle Dee and they're in Dreamland having a good time when a giant hole rips in the sky and the villain Clacia, that's it. Clacia basically steals all the color from Dream World. The only thing that ends up stopping her from doing it completely is Elaine, who is like this magical fairy rainbow paintbrush person. And Kirby and her go off throughout the universe to to collect all of the color back from Clacia and save the day. Although the story's okay. Once again, it's just more or less just the vehicle to explain why you're going to the different worlds and, who these people are. Or, I guess the relationship. Because there is no dialogue in this game. It's pretty much just, the usual Kirby sounds with the... Every now and then, you'll see kind of a cute little animation from, after you beat a boss or towards the end or in the beginning. But other than that, it's there, but it's cute. If anything, the claymation's what makes the presentation story stand out. Is I love the use of the clay and how it looked in the game. I'll talk about this later, but my only problem was looking down at the screen for it because but every now and then look up at the TV and it looks so much better than on the tablet. But I'll talk about that in a minute. Gameplay for Kirby is very simple. You take your gamepad and use the stylus to draw lines. These lines influence where Kirby goes and how he moves. You can also use it to direct him in ways of attacks and basically collect things. It's a very simple mechanic, but as you go through the game, it becomes more difficult to actually do it without taking damage and collecting everything. It has a nice difficulty curve because of this, and I really did enjoy the difficulty curve for learning how to use the stylus correctly, because at the beginning I sucked, but the levels were easy, and by the time I got to the end it was a lot harder, but I had mastered those mechanics. So it was really nice to see that difficulty curve was there. If you collect 100 stars, you get a super attack, which allows you to break through different things and harm different certain enemies, and those enemies usually have collectibles. There's a bunch of collectibles in this game. Well, not a ton, but each level has 3 figurines you can collect, as well as at the very end there's like a little wheel, and you can collect the journal of Elaine, which is pretty much just silly things in the book. Nothing really plot heavy. I mean, there are some plot elements in them, but it's pretty much just silly pictures that add on to this game's charm, which it is oozing. If it has anything in overabundance charm of this game. Once again, going back to what I was saying in the story portion, is looking down at the tablet is one. While I do like having to play the tablet and playing the stylus is nice, it's a pain in the rear to have to look down, and that's all I can focus on is the tablet. I can't look up at the screen, which looks a lot better and is what I'm used to. And in fact, this game doesn't even need to be on the big screen because you can't look at it because you're constantly drawing lines. And so it would have been nice if I could have looked at the TV or played it looking at the TV while using the tablet. But where you have to use the stylus, I mean, it makes sense. It's just kind of a bummer, I guess. Other than that, bosses were fun, once again, but the bosses were the same. There's 3 bosses and then Clacia at the end. The 3 bosses are pretty much the same, but more difficult, which once again is just kind of them ramping up that difficulty curve. But the bosses were fun. What else? There's a couple of transformation levels where you turn into like a tank, a sub, and a rocket, each one with different mechanics on how you control. Those were okay. Not super, hard, but, just added a little bit instead of just the stylish to attack thing. There's also a multiplayer focus or part where the second player can play as Waddle Dee. Doesn't do a whole lot. It's kind of, just there if you want to. But like I said, the game is fun, But it's just a lot of little minor details that would have made it nice, but nothing groundbreaking. Like I said, my really only big complaints was, like I said, it would have been nice if the 3 bosses were just a different model, although they did fight really well, so can't complain there. And if I could just look at my TV instead of having to look down at the tablet and feel that I was just looking at this small, couple inch screen, 5-inch screen or so. But yeah, it's a fun game. I did enjoy playing it, and it's very simple and easy to pick up. Kirby and the Rainbow Curse is another kind of... It's a Kirby game that I feel is not a true Kirby game. It's like people love it. But it's a nice little kind of side game. The gamepad mechanics and stuff work really well. It's very imaginative. I love the claymation look and feel of Kirby. But it's very linear, and I don't know, it's just missing something. I'm giving Kirby and the Rainbow Curse a red verdict. I still think it's a very good game, but I don't know, I just feel like it was pretty short. Well, it has a ton of detail, but it's still short, and it's nothing, major in Kirby itself. But it's a fun little side game if you want to get at the gamepad and just play it. Like a very, very pretty claymation. Oh my gosh, I get brain on it. So that's it for this review. Next review will be for Dragon Ball Z Xenoverse. So until then, make sure to check out ruler3.com for all the news, postings, and videos I post on the site. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you're watching on YouTube. If not, go to YouTube and subscribe to our channel. Like us on Facebook and Twitter. Everything. Listen to our podcast that goes up on Sundays. And that is it. So until next time, always remember to trust in the rule of 3.